It's DJ Wiz Hoffa, Faces of 518 podcast. Welcome back to my audience. Today, I got my man Frank Cappello from Taste of Italy restaurant in Latham. Very intriguing figure, entertainment figure, a lot of views on social media. And we just came to talk to him about the restaurant business and his background and what he's got going forward. What's up, Frank?
How we doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I knew that this interview was gonna happen for a minute. I was just trying to figure out how I was gonna make it happen. My wife, she knows how the process.
She knows the process.
We ran down on wifey.
Gotta get
That
the
was
wife.
funny that day. Yeah, man. What's going on, man? Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into the restaurant business.
I grew up in Schenectady, Hamilton Hill section, and I used to have to fend for myself, food and stuff like that. And at a young age, I was just cooking and throwing it down and experimenting stuff like that. And at the age of 13, I got rescued by my grandma, got brought to Rotterdam and lived a different life. It was around a lot of Italians and stuff like that, cooking and stuff. My one friend, Joey DiBartolo, opened up a pizza shop, him and his father, and it was called La Bella's, and I loved it. And I said, I'm going to be the best pizza maker in the Capital District. Back then, there was a lot of competition. I feel the competition was so stronger back in the 80s and 90s because everybody was doing it, knew what they were doing. They weren't buying frozen stuff. We didn't have a restaurant depot. There was no such thing as frozen meatballs and, frozen eggplant and frozen lasagna. So back then it was very hard for me, but I kept buying the best ingredients and I kept struggling away. My very first pizza shop I opened up was first breakfast and lunch on Union Street in Schenectady. 403 Union Street was my very first place. I started out there. I did $18 a day for 2 months. I brought it up to $2,000 a day. Place just started doing more and more and more. Super Bowl Sunday, we did back then like $8,000. The place was so trashed. I didn't have a deep fryer. I couldn't afford a deep fryer back then. I had a gas stove that I put a pot with oil in it and boiled it that way. My chicken wings would go in, which is against the law back then because you're supposed to have an Ansel system, a deep fryer. But that's how I did it. And the store was trashed that night. And I told everybody, we did a great night. We'll come in the morning and clean it up. That morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, cops were calling my house, banging on the door, asked me to take my shirt off because the place blew up.
Wow.
I had no insurance on it. And, it was just then, it was crazy. I lost all that money and everything. And I opened up my next spot in Schenectady on State Street downtown when Carl Companies, Woolworth, Learners, all that major stuff was going on. Schenectady back in the day was like a miniature Manhattan. There was probably 2,000 people on the streets at all times. So, yeah, and I just kept doing it and did my thing. Road was crooked sideways, this way, that way, made mistakes, done this, and just I'm here at now.
Was there someone that got you into cooking, like a family member, or was it just something you always took a liking to?
I used to go over to like Squalia's house, my friend Gennaro, he was older than me, his parents, and the cooking was just different. It wasn't like a restaurant, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to be at that caliber, you know what I mean? So I used to watch them, and then I would go to Utica on Genesee Street, and all these old Italian ladies were making chicken riggies and all this, and I just kept watching, and I just learned. And a lot of people have to read a cookbook. I'm one of them guys that can taste it and duplicate it and make it better. So I just kept watching and just doing this and that. And there's been so many times in my life that I made something I never made before, and it was unbelievable. You have to love what you do. And I believe that the world we're in now in upstate New York, it's changed. And I feel like the reason why I stand out so much is because I don't have a microwave. I'm not buying the cheap ingredients that everybody's buying. In the 518, 2 restaurants a week go out of business. There's a reason why chains are going out of business. People, it's junk food out there.
Now, I notice when I watch you cook that, see me, when I cook, I'm a measurer. You
Yeah.
got this uncanny
Here's my
ability to
right there.
just splash the ingredients and know how much to do.
And it
Like,
always
is that
tastes the
is
same.
that like an art or a skill to it, or
You
is
know,
it's just years
there's
of
a lot of
experience?
cooks out there that use measuring things, and there's a lot of cooks like me that measure with their hands and their eyes.
Mm.
Like when I make my meatballs, I make 100 pounds, 80 pounds, 40 pounds, 30 pounds, 20 pounds. And to make it taste the exact same always and be consistent, I'm gifted with these hands. Like Michael Jordan was gifted at one thing. This is the truth. Michael Jordan was gifted because his hands were so long. He could cup that ball and do whatever he wanted, plant it wherever he wanted. My hands are exact same way when measuring. I don't have to do teaspoon, quarter this, a cup of this. I do it all. Even when I make my marinara, it's all boom, boom, boom. That's a gift that I got that is amazing to have. And my next gift is taste. You know what I mean? And I just every meal I make, when I cook a dish, I want to make it better than I did yesterday. I don't want to make it the same. I want to make it better. And I constantly, my meatballs, people don't realize this. I didn't make my meatballs in 2 years. It took me 40 something years to make my meatballs. And that's why I go to a lot of restaurants all around the world and try other people's meatballs to find one better than mine.
I saw you you guys testing something a couple of weeks ago, and the meatballs were like cut in half, and you were like,
Oh my
what
God.
the hell is this?"
I've never experienced what I experienced at that restaurant, that they cut the meat. Well, first of all, I was gassed up because 2 customers messaged me and said that their meatballs were better than mine. So when you say that to me, I'm going to check it out. Got in my car, went there. I've never experienced in my whole life, you take a meatball and cut it in 4s. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is it? Will you give me dog food? Like, and they weren't good at all. And I gave a good grade. I think I gave it a 3 or 4. It really was a -4.
During my research, I heard that. Did you operate 27 restaurants?
I've owned that. Well, you know, I'm opening up another restaurant.
Right, we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
that.
I've owned 27 restaurants. I used to build them up and sell them. That was my gig. I take a restaurant, I build it up, sell it, move on to the next one. And that's why I feel I learned a lot, because every restaurant I've ever opened up, I learned something different. A different way to put the ovens, a different way to cook, a different this, a different that. And every restaurant I've ever opened up with since day one, when I open up the next one, it's a different sauce recipe, different meatball recipe, different lasagna recipe. It's never the exact as that other place was. I always change it up. And yeah. And you know, it's not been easy. You know what I mean? There's been times I've been broke.
I think there's something to be said about how I've watched you scale your business, because a lot of people in the social media era that have businesses don't actually know how to use social media effectively to bring in more business. Why do you think you've been able to do that so successfully?
Because unlike others out there, I'm not pretending. I'm not fake. I'm not kissing people's ass. I'm telling it the way it is. You could like me, love me, hate me, but you can't deny my food. You don't have to like my food, but when I get on my video, I'm not a phony. I'm not creating a video that is pretend or make believe. I show my kitchen. I show my bathrooms. I show everything. And I tell everybody out on social media, you're never going to be great unless you're yourself. You got to be yourself. I bring my family into it. I bring everything. When I'm sick, I go to the hospital in it. I'm on Facebook. I'm giving them my life. I'm like a reality show. I tell them everything. I go out to dinner, me and my wife. Me and my wife get in arguments. We get arguments right on the camera. She slapped me in the face with a pizza before. You know what I mean? So we don't play. You know, everything is real about us. And I try to have fun. You know, my customers that come in, I love them. You know what I mean? They made me. You know what I mean? And social media has brought my business up 200%. I've had people from, and this is weird to think of a Facebook, that I've had people from all around the world come see me. Italy, Canada, Quebec, France, all over. I got pictures of people all over. People are like, no, here's a picture. Here's a guy. And I know them all because I remember these people spending time with me. Even Italy, they came and see me. New York City, all over.
Now, when I Google, or when I put in a Facebook search, I found some fake Taste of Italy's.
There always
in Chicago.
is.
Have you ever thought about franchising? And would you, 2-part question, have you ever thought about franchising, number 1? And number 2, is Taste of Italy your most successful restaurant?
The problem with saying is Taste Italy the most successful.
Mm.
Right now, it feels the most successful. But if we back it up 15 years ago, or like 20 years ago, we back it up, money was different.
Mm-hmm. The money was better, yeah.
You know what I mean? Money was different back then. So I feel like when I was in Florida, I made a lot more money. And I feel like I was just as busy. But I never experienced in 27 restaurants the couple days I've had that were unbelievable, like where you don't even want to do that type of business. Like Christmas Eve was horrible. It was so busy. I've never done that number in my whole life. It beat every other holiday. And when I tell people like, you didn't do that much money, I did it. I don't need to lie about it. We did it. We opened up the door and was at 15 grand. Just opening up the door on Christmas Eve. 15. I went home 3 times to check my blood pressure. I was having panic attacks. It was so busy. And I'm used to that busyness. This was too much. So maybe, thinking about that and some of the holidays like Valentine's Day, we went to war. It wasn't, Papa, it's war. It's horrible.
Last night, I was on YouTube and I was like, let me search Taste of Italy on YouTube and see what comes up. And I saw a story on CBS, a story on ABC about how you feed the less unfortunate. Can you tell me?
I try not to brag about that because I don't feel like, I don't want people to say, oh, he feeds this one. Listen, if somebody comes to my restaurant and they have no money, I feed them. I feed a lot of young kids. I didn't want the publicity back then because at that time I was building up Taste Italy and I didn't want people to bring up my past. That I went to prison, I've been arrested, I got assault charges, I got this, that. So when I was Christmas time, I felt really bad one year because my kids are spoiled. And I remember the life I had where I wish I had a Christmas gift, some of them Christmases. So I was thinking about all the unfortunate people out there. So I said, I'm going to feed everybody that's not have money. So I did that. Then the news called me up and they wanted to interview me. I'm like, no, I don't want that. And they finally convinced me and I went on the news and did it. But I don't think it's the biggest thing in the world. And I don't like when people tell me like, oh, you fed this guy. He's a junkie. He's a crack. Listen, it could be our kid to be that. I don't think anybody should be deprived food. So if somebody comes to my restaurant, they don't have money, we're feeding them. That's what we do. We feed a lot of younger kids and stuff like that. They, good kids out there that just don't have money. When I see a kid reach in his pocket and trying to count him, how much is this? Sit down, I'll give you your food. You know what I mean?
And how much does your background have to do with that? As far as you caring so much?
I care about kids out there that have a bad mother or a bad father because I experienced that. And I don't feel any kid deserves that. And a lot of the kids out there that don't have no money are on the street trying to make money. And I know what that feeling is. Because when I was a kid and I was watching all the drug dealers and stuff like that with Benzes and gold chain, I wanted that too. And I didn't have the reason why I got in trouble, I didn't have a mother and father to discipline me when I did something wrong. Even when I got older, my grandma, when I did something wrong, would blame the cops. It was never my fault. I never got disciplined for nothing. So that was a problem. These young kids out there have no role models. All they see is these guys earning money the wrong way. They're good kids. They just, you know what I mean? I don't think there's any bad kids out there. There's bad parents out there, not bad kids. So I got a soft spot for all the kids out there. And even for people out on the street, out there with the holding their sign and stuff, I pull over, give them some money, you know what I mean? Because, it could be me. It would never be me because I'll wash dishes, I'll clean up dog shit, I'll do whatever. I'm not going to be down and out.
Hustler.
I could be out for a minute, but that's it.
Did you have any mentors in the restaurant business? Anybody that showed you the ropes or gave you the opportunity to like learn the ins and outs? Because that's learning the like cooking is one thing, but
Right.
learning how the business runs is a totally different thing.
I had a lot of people that gave me some advice, but I learned all my stuff business-wise from making mistakes. And no one was really showed me how to pay taxes or write checks or pay bills or any of that. You got to realize this, 9th grade, I'm out of school. I'm opening up my first business. You know what I mean? I didn't graduate. I didn't go to culinary school. I didn't do this. And you could put me up to any culinary guy. I'll do them because I don't play to lose. So no one taught me anything. I really learned everything on my own. I had a lot of people that gave me advice and told me things, but I learned from all the mistakes I made. And that's where I feel like I'm so good now because I made a ton of mistakes. You know what I mean? Not everything I did was right. You know what I mean? You got to fail to pick up and do it all over again. You know?
The part B question, right, about the franchising. Because you answered the part A, but we didn't.
Skipped over to B. I skipped it.
We drifted a little bit, but have you ever thought about franchising Taste of Italy as a brand or any other brand?
I'm all about making money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I missed my opportunity to franchise. I don't want to be remembered as the franchise guy that sold her a franchise and they messed it up. And now it's just like Burger King. It's like McDonald's.
Okay.
And it's like all this. My name, like, yo, if I can make the right amount of money, I'll lose the name. But, you know, I got to make real money. I don't feel like I want to jeopardize my name. Just like I've had many opportunities on Taste Italy to sell it. And it's my baby, you know what I mean?
Right.
If I sell it to the wrong person, like I had a couple Muslim guys that wanted to buy the place. And they had money. They offered me real money, but it goes out of business because when you take the pork out of it for the ham sandwiches, the antipastas, and you take the liquor out for the chicken marsala, you change the whole avenue. And there's nothing about the Muslims that like non-beef, you know, they want beef stuff, but it don't taste the same. So now you might gain that Muslim crowd, but you just lost the whole Italian crowd. There's no way that you're going to do anything except for the meatballs because I don't put pork in my meatballs.
So, in new ventures, right? You got Grazie's is a new restaurant that you're opening up. Tell us where the location and what's the concept behind the restaurant and why did you decide to not open up a second Taste of Italy? What was your concept behind this?
This is only to prove the 518 who I am. I'm not doing this for myself because I already know who I am. This is all the haters and all the make-believe chefs out there and all the people that say I'm a glorified pizza shop. But I put out more better Italian food than 99% of these high-class restaurants out there. So this is to shut everybody up, and this is to show who I really am. And when I put Grazie together, nothing like Taste Italy. We're not doing pizza. We're not doing salads. Upper end, we're going to have things on there amazing. When you walk in that door, you're going to experience a whole different ball game. And this is just to shut the whole 518 up. And then when I'm done with this, I sell and retire. Because I'm done. I don't have to, I don't need to prove. I never wanted to prove anything to anybody. But when so many people say I'm a glorified pizza shop,
right,
it's time to shut people up. And I'm going to make a statement. I'm going in broke. I might open this place up next month or 5 months, have no money. Because that's how I do. I go all in.
Right.
But you'll never put me down. But I will show the 518 what Italian cuisine is really like. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like no other.
How's it been going with
Horrible.
the renovations?
Look at my pink eye or my sty in my eye. That's how dirty the place was. I got a sty in my eye. It's just her and the truth. It's just was a very filthy place. I had to rip the walls down. It was more than what I thought. And if I could have went back in time, I wouldn't have did it. It was 4:00 in the afternoon. I was told about it. I rushed over. I looked the place over. I said, oh, I can make so much money here because now I got a full bar liquor license and I can put out some nice stuff. 4 to 11, 4 to 12. I don't have the whole morning is off. And I just jumped at it. I talked to the landlord. He goes, bring me over the money. You bring me over the money by 5 o'clock. I went and got the money, brought it over in cash. And then the next day was hell. Because when I started ripping things apart, it was throwing away. All the tables that looked very nice at 4:00 in the afternoon when the lights dim were all scratched up. Were all dinged up. The kitchen was never cleaned, it looked like. The food. So now I made no lie. I didn't have a dumpster there because the landlord didn't want me to have a dumpster there. He wanted me to travel all the way around. I had a fight when he finally let me pull.
To the back.
I took 45 loads of garbage and junk out of that restaurant.
Wow.
45 of my truck. Filled it up, packed it up. Yeah, it's been a nightmare. And I'm still not even close. You know what I mean? I had to throw all the way equipment. I get different equipment. It's just a money pit. Every day's 1,000, 2,000, 600, 3,000, 5,000. Walk-in cooler, 13,000. You know what I mean? Deep fryer, 2,500. It just keep piling money out. You know what I mean?
One thing that I'm sure the people wanted me to ask, because a lot of people don't know what happened, but I remember some time back, maybe 2 years more or less ago, there was a
Want me to read
situation
your mind?
where
Want me to
Antonio Brown,
Antonio
right?
Brown.
Yeah,
True story. I'll roll it down to you really
the
quick and
NFL
fast.
player.
I get a phone call from a guy that is a hustler. He sells sneakers and stuff like that. And that was one of his guys
Mhm.
that he hangs out with, Antonio Brown. He goes, yo, Antonio Brown, he loves your food. I'm like, okay. I don't even know who he is. I'm being honest. I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so who the hell is he? He goes, he's a football player. He's got a ring. I go, okay. What do you want from me? Well, he wants to feed the football team, blah, blah, blah. He was looking for, so I go, put an order together and we'll see what we can do. So that night I went home. I asked my kids and they both idolized him. They said, oh, he's the best. He's got a ring. We want to meet him. So he called up. They ordered like $1,200, $1,300 worth of food. He wanted a couple $100 off. I said, no problem. We discounted. He ordered like 3 times discount. The 4th time we were down in Jersey,
Mhm.
and he calls up and he puts this order and he wants it for like $900. I'm like, no way. I'm like, go order somewhere else. Like, you're not doing, you know what people don't realize? Oh, he wanted to buy me out. He was going to.
Oh, really?
So before that, he says, I'm going to buy you out. I'll give you $750,000 to be half partner. And I'm thinking, you want to go partners with me? You got a big reputation. You're known. My business is just going to go up.
Right.
So I would have did it probably. I would have did it. So I was trying to hook him up. But when he wanted the meal discounted so much, I didn't do it. So he goes, well, can you take $150? I go, no problem. So I go, here, my wife will ring. He goes, well, can we pay tomorrow in cash because we don't want to pay the credit card fees? I go, no problem. Tomorrow comes, no money. Next day comes, 3 days go by. I go, did he pay yet? They're like, no. So now I tell my wife, I go, you didn't pay yet. So my wife's calling up. They're blocking her. They're just blocking her.
That's crazy.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, my wife's going crazy, emailing people and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you doing? True story. I'm from the streets. What happened, Alyssa? No, that's not how it went down.
I don't know how well they
that
could
didn't go on the
actually
news
hear
that
you.
way. I told you that night to go to sleep. Then in the morning, I was going under a bat and break his leg and take his chain. I told you exactly that's how I was going to roll down. That morning, I posted on Facebook. First thing in the morning, I posted on Facebook. I posted it. And then next thing you know, all the news came. And he's on the phone, I'll pay you. I'm going, fuck you, talk to my wife. And my wife's like, you're not getting a discount now. You got to pay full price. He goes, I'll tip Frank, I'll tip. I go, I don't want no tip, just pay. So he paid the order in full. We didn't discount. And he ordered another $800 worth of food. So now I want to go down there because the guy that set this all up, I want to smack him in his face because this is his, I feel like it's his fault. His name is Kevin some. So we get down there and I'm meeting all these football players. And when you bring food, usually people are happy. These guys are all depressed. They were like, he holds the key to our room. I go do what I do. Go on Facebook and get paid. We haven't got paid, this and that. Yo, it was bad. They weren't happy to get food. They can't even get in their room unless he lets them in at nighttime.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But afterwards, he did come back down the restaurant, and he acted like I should be his ugly, trashy girls he came down, and he acted like I should be his best friend, and I didn't want nothing to do with him. Like, you can buy the food. I'll be nice to you, but he goes, well, why didn't you take a picture with me? Well, no, I don't want to take a picture. You tried to stiff me. You stiffed the guy for $1 million for a diamond ring.
Well, in retrospect, good thing you didn't go into business with him because he's.
Well, if I would have got the upfront money,
he
he probably had me sign it over and not ever pay me.
Let's give her because he wasn't. He said that to the gas get free food.
He screwed a lot of people in the capital industry. And you know the worst part about it is he could have came here and made his name great because a lot of people look up to him, you know? Went to school drunk, high. The teachers told me afterwards. Yeah, ESPN came in and interviewed me too afterwards. 2 months later, ESPN came and interviewed me.
I saw you powwowing with your son back there. He was in the kitchen working. Are any of your children interested in the restaurant business or like continuing the legacy of
There's
what you
only
started?
one person
Mhm.
in all the cooks I've ever had that could do what I do. A little rusty, but could do what I do, and that's my son Frankie. But he's lazy. You know what I mean? So I love him to death. I love him to death, but he ain't got that drive. My son Frankie is great. You know what I mean? He looks like me and everything, but he's comfortable if the bills are just paid. Like he don't want that. You know what I mean? My little ones are too young, and I don't really want my younger ones in this business. You know what I mean? I want them to. This is a hard. Let me tell you something. People think the restaurant business is easy.
Right. What would you tell
Hard.
somebody that's thinking about getting into the restaurant business at this point right now?
No,
Raise your prices.
no, it's not.
Charge
It's not.
accordingly.
It's I might sometimes make it look easy, and I'm busy, and I'm making money. And that. It's hard. It's hard. There's 2 restaurants a week in the 518 that go out of business. Around the world, chains are going out of business. You know what I mean? This is a hard business. And let me tell you something. When you're on your feet for 14 hours a day, it's real work. And listen, it's not just, okay, I got to come in. I might have to be a dishwasher. I might have to clean the bathrooms. I might have to be a driver. I might have to be a pizza guy. I might have to be a saute chef. There's so much to it, and there's so much aggravating. This girl didn't show up. This one's got an attitude. This one's mad.
Okay.
You're dealing with everything.
So let's go there. I witnessed that last week, right? You were there early, waiting on the wife to come. You had to use the register. You're telling people at the counter, be patient with me, right? But you're also showing the people watching that if you own a business, you need to understand every aspect of it. Because if somebody calls out or somebody's not there, you might have to do the labor yourself.
I've done everything in that restaurant. I've done dishes. I've gone on my hands and knees because that's how I go down on the bathroom. I go and get the crevices and everything. I've cleaned piss around the toilet seat. There's nothing there. I've taken garbage out. There's nothing there that I won't do that I have somebody else do. And that's the difference between me and my son. My son will tell you what to do. He ain't doing it. Yo, you do this while I smoke my vape. And, it's a whole different ballgame. And let me tell you something. Everybody has their thing in life, but the restaurant business is a lot. It ain't easy. It used to be big. You used to be able to make a pizza for $1.50. Probably cost you $10, $12 to make a large pizza now. And let me tell you something. When you own a business, every one of your friends wants it for free. Everybody thinks I get free food. Like, you know what I mean? Can I get some? That's why I let her go talk to my wife about it because she don't care.
I heard you speak about, and I love this part. I heard you speak about not keeping the pizza past the hour and a half. And me and my wife, we had pizza somewhere last night. And we could tell the pizza was out longer than an hour and a half. We made a joke about it, like Frankie would never do this, right? But tell me why that's important, because a lot of restaurants do that. They have
I'll tell you all
10
the tricks.
different pies. They have 10 different pies of all sorts. They're selling like a quarter of each, and then by the end of the night, you see them all just sitting there, crusty and dry. And
I'll tell you the secrets here now.
Yeah.
Most pizza shops you go to, that's a sliced pizza shop.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how light the pizza is when it comes out? Light white, like really white color, not like crispy. It's like white. They gotta keep reheating it, make it look good.
Right.
I've seen some people during the day will spray water on it so it looks fresher. They'll spray oil on it. They'll reheat it. A lot of people don't even throw that pizza away that night. They take it, put it in the refrigerator, put it back out in the morning.
Wow.
Yo, let me tell you something. The reason why an hour and a half is sufficient, you could probably get away with 2 hours. But after 2 hours, that pizza's, when you put it back in the oven, it's going to be crispy, but it's dried out. You're not going to get the flavoring of it. So it's a cost of business. There's certain things that's a cost of business. You know what I mean? You got to throw that shit away.
By the way, Italian, Taste of Italy is probably the only pizza that you could reheat the next day and it still tastes like it was from the day before. Is that because of the ingredients?
Well, here's a real secret. I did a little test.
Especially the cheese.
I got a real one. So I went to 7 pizza shops in my neighborhood. And I never did this video, and I was going to do it, and I decided against it because I didn't want to seem like the big scumbag of the Capital District.
Right.
I went to, and I didn't go when I had somebody, and got a slice of pizza from everywhere. And I put my slice and their slice in my garage for a week. My slice of pizza was all mold and nasty looking. Them other ones, they look like old pizza, old slices. You want to know why? All them preservatives, all that nasty shit you're putting in your body. Think about this for a minute. Let's back it up. Let's back it up 60 years ago. We'll just go 20 years ago. 20 years ago, a 13-year-old girl looked 13 years old. A 13-year-old boy looked 13 years. These kids have got mustaches. They're taller than me in school now. It's all the steroids in the food, all the preservatives, all the junk, all the nasty stuff. My restaurant does not have no GMOs, no steroids. And that's why my chicken is so good. And my pizza is, you don't have to like my food, but you can't say nothing about the freshness. I don't let that. I get lettuce, tomatoes every single day. I buy so much product, fresh mushrooms. You can't grind up garlic and it'll be good. The next day it'll be brown color. Mine's pure white. I get chicken in every single day. And everything I do, I just want to stand out. And unfortunately, no microwave like others have. I'm not freezing my slices and selling them frozen and serving them the next day and taking a pizza, throwing it in the garbage. And I do it right in front of customers all the time. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And listen, we all love to give it away, but I ain't got the time to go track people down to give the slices away. You know what I mean? So it's in the garbage.
Did you feel like addressing the haters today? Because I seen a couple of back and forths with a couple of other businesses.
Oh, I love the
online.
Haters. Yeah, well, I ghost a lot of these haters that are in business because they try to piggyback off my success, and I make them famous because they're not famous. They're nobodies. They make me cringe. It just makes me cringe. But the haters have brought me to where I'm at because the hater is like putting steroids in me. It just makes me more. It just makes me alive. And when they give like I had a guy today giving some stupid comments. I went to his Facebook. I'm like, you look 95 years old. You're just like, you wish you were me. You're just cringe. Like, I go on Facebook, I go on TikTok, I go on Instagram. I look for ideas. And there's so many restaurants and pizza shops that don't know what they're doing. But you know what? I don't give them my 2 cents. I move on. These people that don't like me are so cringe because they watch me like all the time. They're obsessed with me. They're like home masturbating over me. It's crazy. I have to keep it real. That's what they're doing. It's yuck.
I think they probably realize like how big of a social media personality you are. So they see that if they get into an online scuffle with you, that
I ain't backing down.
It'll probably, beef up their viewership. I saw the one guy in the parking lot, and he changed the sign name.
Oh yeah, that cringe guy. That guy's obsessed with me. I think he takes pictures of me and like plays with himself or something. He's cringe. Well, it's the truth. How do you listen? Let's just address that for a minute. And I swear to God, in everything I love, I don't lie. I don't need to lie. How do you make up lies to try to make yourself look better? He said I gave him a bag of peppers, and he signed this. I don't write like a girl. First of all, I'm a messy writer. Anybody knows me. God kill everybody in my life. I would never bring him peppers. I don't know the guy. I think he's a weirdo. He edits my stuff. He looking for attention. I can't give it to him. And if he would have been nice about it, I would have helped him out. I would have went down and took a bite of his nasty hot dog and said it tastes good. And I wouldn't have told people all the rats that are in that mall that it's infested. That who goes to Rogers Square Mall? Who's ever said this? Let's just say this for a minute. Have you ever said, "Hey, let's go out and have some hot dogs tonight"? Like, who says that?
Because my thing was, the thing I couldn't understand was, why are you competing with someone that doesn't even, not you, but why are you trying to compete with somebody who doesn't even in the line the same? Y'all don't sell the same thing. Like, if he was another pizza shop, I'd be like, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So it became kind of clear that he was just trying to get.
He's just piggybacking. He's just, he is. There's so many people that bring up my name and say this about me, say that about me. It's just cringe. And it makes me more. But him, I just ghosted him, and he's very lucky because I'm that guy to roll up on him and just go to business. You know what I mean? And I had friends that all over the place reach out and say, "You want me to go down and take care?" No, listen. I don't. I hope he makes millions of dollars.
He's a made man.
You know, I hope he makes millions of dollars. I don't wish him no bad. I don't like him, but I don't wish him bad. I don't wish nobody out there bad. I believe in God, and I pray for these guys. You know what I mean? That's all you can do.
Was I gonna ask you your staff? How important is your staff?
Amazing.
And do you have a high turnover rate?
I have a high turnover rate with counter girls. My cooking is on the. Listen, right now we got a great staff right now. Don't you think, Alyssa? Like even the girls, like I got some great people. Like we get complaints once in a while on them and stuff like that, but they're on the money. I 5 years. We just had 2 new hires and they're unbelievable. Like what are their names? Tessa and Carissa. These 2 girls are like been doing unbelievable. And my girl Tammy, she gets reviews all the time. And Carmen, unbelievable. Antoinette, unbelievable. Mackenzie, she's been with us for a minute. Who else we got? Antoinette, I said. Yeah, these girls are good. Dishwasher, I got it. I got the best girls. I mean, they're unbelievable.
I know who Tammy is. You always big her up too.
Yeah, because know what Tammy does? She does what no one else can do. Well, they could do it, but they're too lazy to do it. She gets people to give reviews to her. She's like, "Oh, please give me a review," and they give her reviews, and they do their job, and they make great money. You know what I mean? But we're pretty lucky. I could not shine. You know, people think, you know, you can shine by yourself. Like I can shine cooking some dinners and putting out my food and stuff, but your whole team can ruin you. You know, I get a lot of complaints because somebody did something that I didn't do, and I stand behind it. Like when my girl makes a mistake, I call a customer up and, you know, try to fix it and stuff like that. So they're not perfect, you know what I mean? But when somebody tries, I'll never get mad at somebody for making a mistake. I get mad at people I've had work for me before that make a mistake and blame somebody else. And that's why when you don't see them people on my video, they never usually quit. They usually get fired. And if you do that, you make a mistake and blame somebody else. I just don't want you in my circle.
Do you feel like it's more of the younger people that leave faster?
No. I feel like the generation that we're in now, like even they're babies. Like, oh, I got a hangnail. Oh, I got a headache. Like, are you kidding me? Like you can ask my wife. I had bicep surgery. The next day I had to make sauce.
Yeah, you've had a couple of things.
A couple of things. I almost died a couple of times. I thought I had panic attacks because of this restaurant. This restaurant tries to kill me sometimes. And she's cringe.
I heard you say Cap. We heard you say Cap earlier. I say, yo, Frank is too cool for me, man.
No. Nah.
So, Grazie, do you have an estimated time?
I've been trying to do April 1st, but it don't look like that. I feel maybe the middle of April, maybe May. Listen, here's a couple things I'm not going to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do my work every day and try to get it open as soon as possible. I'm on it every single day. It's all I think about. It's all that's on my mind. Today, I almost messed up on my order. I almost didn't get no food shipped in from Ferrara Foods because I was there. And it's becoming a lot. But a couple things I'm not going to do. One, I'm not going to rush it. And 2, when I open them doors up, when people come in there, they're going to be like, oh my God. It's going to be clean as can be. It's going to be nice. And it's going to be a whole different atmosphere than people. There's so many different things I'm doing in this restaurant. I haven't showed anybody on Facebook that people are going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be a great thing. And I get people calling me up all the time. Well, you should let me try the food. I know my food's good. I don't have to do, a lot of people are like, do the, what's it called? Soft opening? Mm-hmm. I don't ever do a soft opening. I don't think so. I know what I like opening up? I like opening up on a Friday, busy as can be. Because I ain't soft. I put it down. I can do this. So I don't need to.
Tell the people where the actual location is.
What is it? 320 Northern Boulevard, right across the street from, what is it, St. Samaritan Hospital?
The old memorial?
Yep. And right where Ship's Pub is, and
Cafe Madison.
Mm-hmm. And what's the marijuana place there?
I didn't even know they have a dispensary there.
It's
now?
the busiest one.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
And let me tell you something. This lady's bringing in like $1 million a month there. Let me tell you something. Every business in this plaza, like the guy next door to FedEx, they're all nice.
That's a friend of mine.
He's great. Like anything I can do. You know what he said to me yesterday? I can't say. I'll say it. He goes, since you've been there, it's so much cleaner than it was. He goes, I can smell it and everything else. He's such a great guy. But everybody in there, even the barber, even ships, all them people. We've gone to every place in there. I walk through the hairstyles. They're all nice people. It's a great place, and they're all busy. They're all making their money. And it's sad because I'm going to be doing the most there when I get in there.
Is there are strip malls like more prime spots to open up a restaurant as opposed to like a residential?
You get a lot of corny people that say, "Oh, you're in a strip mall, you're in a mall, you're in this." That. Let me tell you something. Here's how I look at it. I would rather be any day in a plaza where Walmart is and Lowe's. You can't beat that. Now, the nice thing about being in a plaza, in the right plaza, is the parking. How many restaurants you go to that are really good, there's no parking?
Right.
Like you go downtown Schenectady, you go to Johnny's or what's that other name of that place? Grundle's or what's the name of the place? You don't remember? There's no parking.
Right.
You know what I mean? The nice thing about a plaza, you got parking, and you got a lot of it. You know what I mean? And especially, you need that because people want to park. You know what I mean? And you got traffic. Like, I don't feel like if I took Taste of Italy and put it down the block in Latham Farms,
right,
I would do half as much there because this is where I shine the most. Every holiday when I used to close up back in the day, I'm open because it's so busy. Everybody's in that plaza. Everybody's at Walmart. Everybody's shopping.
right.
You got Thanksgiving and this. I'm opened up every day. I open up every single day except for Christmas. Thanksgiving, I'm open. Christmas Eve, I'm open every day. And I should open up Christmas because people need to eat. I'm going to get business. How many people don't have family? Let me tell you something. Thanksgiving is one of my best days at Taste Italy because I meet so many people, lost their wife, lost their husband, don't have no family, kids from school, this and that, have nowhere to go. And I go there, I socialize. I have my guys all there working so I can give everybody attention they need. It's great.
I'm going to tell you the great thing about Frank and Taste of Italy. Even prior to us really having a conversation formally about something, you've spoken to me and my wife quite a few times. One time we were outside sitting at the table outside with our daughters, and you came and had a whole conversation with us. And I was like, that's a real owner. How important do you think it is for people that, because a lot of people that own their businesses, we never see them. How important do you think it is to be so involved and to personally greet your customers as the actual owner? Do you think that it's an advantage?
My philosophy is this. Without you, I have no business. I was brought up in a world when the owner used to go around to the table and introduce himself. Let me tell you something. When I have conversations, I'm not fake. Like, I enjoy talking to my customers and seeing what they like. And you know the nice thing about me is I could put out shitty food and the customers still love me. They come back because they love me. You know what I mean? It's so important to be nice to your customers and talk to them and social and be real and remember them. You know how many people come in my restaurant and hey, Frank, and some of them I don't remember, but I act like I do because it's important. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the customers keep the lights on. Without the customers, you can't keep. And people are like, well, you always tell people off and shit like that because I'm not fake. I'm not phony. Listen, you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect me. You're not going to talk about me. And you don't have to like what I'm doing. Don't watch me. My videos aren't forced to be watched. And just like, no one has a good reason for the haters that hate me. Why do you hate me? Because I'm confident? Because I'm not what you are? Because I'm not on welfare? Because I'm not homeless? Because I don't have a job? There's no good reason to hate me. Oh, you want to bring up, oh, he's racist. Oh, he's this. Oh, he says this. Oh, he does it. No, I'm not. That's the only thing they can come up with. They can't come up with nothing real. I am real, and I'm going to keep it 100%, and I'm going to I love my customers because without my customers, I got no business. And
Right.
people come all over because they like me. You know what I mean? The haters, you can't. I've always asked people, I go, why don't you like me? Well, because you're loud, you're obnoxious. Well, that's what Italians are. We're loud, we're obnoxious. I speak the truth. I say it the way it is. Would you rather have somebody tell you what you want to hear? Or would you rather have the truth? If I don't like somebody, you can ask my wife, I cannot talk to you if I don't like you. And I cannot socialize. I can't be fake around you. I'm not that person. So I don't know why the haters hate me, but I love that the haters hate me because they make me famous. What? I love it. I come from a world. Let me tell you something. Everybody used to crack. Your mother's fat, this, that. Your mother's so fat when she takes a shower, her feet don't get. Yo, I grew up in the hood and my skin is so thick. So when they come at me, right to their Facebook. Ooh, let me see.
Quick
Ooh,
wits,
you
quick
live in a
wits.
trailer.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, you got no
Very
teeth.
quick-witted.
Ooh, Jenny Craig's got a warrant out for your arrest. Ooh, ooh, you sleep with animals. You identify as a he. Ooh, gassed it all up, got it all. Now I got my ammo, and now I destroy them.
If a network approached you, would you do a show?
I've had several offers to do a reality show, but for me to do a reality show, it's got to be real. I don't need to be scripted.
Mhm.
Just like my life is
Right.
real, I don't need them to tell me how to do things. So I had a couple guys that were going to do a mob series in my restaurant. They wanted me to close down. They only offered me $3,000 a day, and I make more than that, so I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
But I will definitely, within the next year or two, be on a reality show. If I got to finance it myself, I'm gonna, because I'm interesting.
One thing I gotta let the people know before we close: if you're looking for studio recording needs, you need photography, you need videography. We're at JGI Media, 1 Highland Ave. That's off Central Ave, in between Albany and Colony, New York. And
You know what
shout
else a
out-
lot of people need?
Mhm.
A lot of restaurants out there, because I've seen them. A lot of people come up to me at Restaurant Depot, so they're like, how do you do that? How do you get started? A lot of people could use your help to show them how to improve their business, how to get more people to them and stuff. See, me, I know how to get people to me. I just do something crazy. You know what I mean? I'll do something crazy. People don't want me to say, hi, this is Taste of Italy. We offer really good food. They want me to go, motherfucker, come eat at my place. They want the wild stuff. They want me to go crazy. They want my blood pressure up. That's what they love about me. They don't love the calm guy. They want the wild. What's he going to say next? True stories. You ever watch the Howard Stern movie where how he came up?
No.
Howard Stern, watch it. If you watch this, you'll love it. You'll think of me after this. Howard Stern did not have a radio voice. He sucked. He tried all kinds of things. Oh, this is the weather and coming to boo, boo, boo. One day he had a girl sit on a speaker, boom, boom, with a bass, doing some perverted stuff. And you know what they said? His ratings went off the roof. And they said to the viewers, it wasn't the people that liked him, it was the people that hated him. And they're like, well, if you hate him so much, why do you watch him? Because we want to know what he's going to say next. The haters made him popular. The haters made him famous. And the haters, they at nighttime, they don't have jobs. They sit and watch me. Like, what's he going to do next? I got hundreds of messages a day when I don't do a video.
Right.
And it's probably from all the haters.
Oh, you got people that love you, man. I've
Oh,
seen
I
them.
got a lot of people
You
love
go
me.
to the table and they be like, "My aunt loves you. She just wanted to meet
Yeah.
you." Some old lady,
I love the old ladies.
75.
You know what? You know what, old ladies?
These young girls doing it.
You know what I do? You know what I do with old ladies? They love me. Well, so here's my problem I had. So a couple mistakes I made in the restaurant business that I learned my mistake. I used to call women ma'am.
Mhm.
They hate that. They get mad at you. They get offensive. And then one day, this girl was eating some hot food. I go, hey, you shouldn't have that because you're pregnant. And she got mad at me. She wasn't pregnant. I thought she was pregnant. So now I don't, when I see a pregnant girl, I don't know if she's pregnant. So I'm saying, but what I've learned with ladies, I call the oldest ladies in the world, the middle ones, call them girls. Hey, young girls. And they get all happy and smile. I got a lot of old customers that love me, and I love them too because they come in to see me, and I walk them out to their car. Ask my wife. I walk the old ladies out their car, carry their groceries. I carry the bag. Even when I'm going through Walmart, I see an old lady, I get outside and I carry the groceries in. And I'm always polite to people out there. I like them. And then I got my obnoxious horn for the people that are, weirdos. I beep and scare them, splash them with the water. That's the real Frankie Fresh.
Anything that you want to say to either your haters, supporters, or your for real? Yeah,
All the
that's been
haters. What do we
going
want to
on.
say to
That's
the
been
haters?
going on for a long
Are we
time. I
here?
appreciate y'all.
Want me to give the voice to the
Make
haters?
sure y'all add my channel on
Add 'em.
Facebook, Faces of 518 Podcast, and I'm also on YouTube too. You can Google in the search engine on YouTube, Faces of 518 Podcast. I've interviewed an assortment of different figures in the 518. All people who are doing great things, of course. So once again, Faces of 518 Podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm about to get to Spotify and Apple. We getting there. Frank, do you got anything you want to say to the people before we close out?
The haters?
Anybody?
Here's to the haters. Here you go, haters. Here you go. Here's another one. Here's another one. To all the other ones, love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for support. God bless you. And God bless the haters. Because if it wasn't for you, Frankie Fresh wouldn't be here.
That's a fact. And this is DJ Hoffa closing out with my man Frank Cappello. Taste of Italy. Grazie opening up soon. We out of here. We love y'all. Peace.